So let's talk bans a bit. I think that could be cool.
Exactly.
What do we expect? If I look at the statistics, we kind of see SkandeaR with a perma ban of the pyramid. So I mean, never say never. I myself switched my bans at the last moment too. Everyone thought I'd ban Heap, but I didn't. So who knows if SkandeaR bans something different, but I would say balance of probability, SkandeaR bans pyramid.
Yeah, I mean...
What does Futa ban? Futa has banned your map. Anoyo wasn't too comfortable on that. Has banned pyramid in the past, but I doubt he will do that if SkandeaR bans behind him.
I think, actually, as we look at SkandeaR and Futa, they have both never played Pyramid and Heap. So I think those two are gonna ban those two maps.
You think Foot's gonna ban Heap?
I mean, he has never played it in match, so
Yeah,
there's a chance.
he has also never banned it.
True, actually. Yeah.
Foot has banned Anoyo, Hexagonia, Pyramid, so Foot is maybe more of a target banner, or like just what he feels like on the day itself. SkandeaR is just perma banning Pyramid. Then we have Artisse. What has Artisse banned? Hexagonia. Then he banned Fortune when Hexa was already gone. Artisse. Then Artisse banned the Heap.
And then he banned Heap again.
And then he banned Heap again. So yeah. Maybe Artisse banning Heap. And then we have Bolle left, and Bolle will just ban Hexagonia if it's still there.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I doubt any of the players will ban Hexagonia, because I feel like SkandeaR and Bolle are just perma banning. So
yeah, I think we're probably gonna see Fortune to be played. I think.
Yeah, I don't think we'll. Yeah, we won't see Hexagonia, because both Artisse and Bolle haven't played it, and Futa and SkandeaR have well, not the greatest record on it either.
Yeah.
So I doubt that's gonna be it. Then we have Pyramid that Bolle, SkandeaR and Futa have never played in a match. Fortune, all of them have actually played, and Artisse and Futa have a way better record on that. Then the Heap, which hasn't been played by also 3 out of 4 players. Only Bolle has played Heap before and was quite okay on that. And then Minerva, Layali and Anoyo have been played by all. So yeah, it's
Bolle seems to have some problems with his PC, so it's gonna be a small delay. Tourist joking around. Yeah. I think Foot has kind of the banning advantage that he can kind of choose. What is the order actually? That's also important.
Yeah, Foot bans first, so I doubt how much of an advantage he has.
Okay, yeah, then.
I mean, I don't think he has to worry about Pyramid and Hexa.
Yeah, exactly.
He wouldn't mind. And then I just don't see this match being played on Heap.
Nope, same.
But who knows?
Yeah, and so then we have 4 maps left, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Foot bans Anoyo again. He banned it last time.
And he really likes Layali, I think.
Yeah, I think I would be surprised if Layali got banned. I don't think that.
Yeah, I don't
that
see
will
that
happen.
Yeah.
Minerva, kind of the same. They're all very capable on it.
Exactly.
I think it's gonna be Layali, Minerva, and then either Fortune or Anoyo.
Yeah, but honestly, knowing Foot, he doesn't like Anoyo, so I think he much rather prefers to play this map. Oh, well, you have Bolle already there, so.
Yeah, so my prediction is Fortune, Minerva, and Layali.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you on that. So yeah, I think we're gonna start pretty shortly. Bolle has entered the server, so yeah.
Oh, Artisse isn't here.
Oh, what? He was here before, right? Oh, he left. He come. I love tourists. English.
Yeah. Match is currently in progress. That is very unfortunate.
What?
Yeah, it's because I started the match and I waited to click the participating players.
Yeah.
And then I saw Artisse didn't join, so I had to just like close the thing.
I see.
But then it kind of already started the match, I guess.
I see. Just
Who
a
would
question
ever
to the
program that bad, right?
Yeah. Just a question to the chat. How is the volumes? Should I adjust it? Is it good? How is Astro's sound? Is it balanced enough?
I am actually stupid.
Yo, Lotskite. Thank you. Alright, I'll keep it like this then. We're about to get this match underway. Artisse has entered the server as well. Alright, and we're getting into it. So this is the consolidation final. We're really getting towards the end of the tournament here. It's the second last match of the tournament. It's FutFut, SkandeaR, Artisse and Bolle. Gonna face it out right now. And the two winners will advance to the grand final to play Morpio and Ferry. So yeah, we see FutFut with the fastest ready here. And then, yeah, all these players getting ready. And then we're about to get into the banning phase. And yeah, we already had the prediction that the map was going to be Fortune, Minerva B, and Layali.
Yeah, Foot banning Anoyo as we expected. SkandeaR banning is doing a Sperma ban Pyramid. And Artisse is the only one that could be a spanner in the works, but we expect him to ban Heap here. He has not played Heap so far in match, but that doesn't
Could be a big brain strat to maybe practice Heap,
maybe.
You know?
Yeah, maybe he's pulling an Astro.
Because he knows that his opponents haven't played Heap either, so...
Yeah, only Bolle has played Heap before, and
Artisse really taking his time with his ban right now. Maybe he's actually considering it.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I'm very interested to see what he's... He doesn't know
he
what
doesn't
he wants
know.
to ban. I mean, he knows Bolle is gonna ban Hexa, so Hexa should never be an option for him, and he does ban Heap as we expected.
Okay.
So, not a big surprise after all. He could have gone for maybe a slightly risky strat, see if he could catch his opponents out, but goes for the safe bet. Doesn't want to play Heap.
Yeah, we see our prediction.
And bans it, so yeah, and Bolle banning Hexa immediately, which is definitely not a surprise. So yeah, Fortune, Minerva, and Layali, and also Foot not really too surprised about this. I don't think any of the players will be surprised about this map pack at all. I think they'll all have expected this.
Yeah, I think
it's in line with the previous ban, so...
It would have been really epic if Artisse just decided to keep Heap
Layali or something.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it would be quite a good strat, but I think Artisse is also quite confident. I think he definitely feels like he can win this match, so he doesn't need to do anything crazy, you know, to get a lead.
Yeah, he does have the fastest lap time or finish time in matches from these players on Layali by about a second. So I don't think he should be worried. In fact, I think on basically every map he has the fastest best time.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy stat to have, to be honest.
On Fortune, he has an average of 4:26, so Artisse will be, I think, very happy to see Fortune being played here. We saw SkandeaR in an earlier match, I believe, having quite some troubles with it. It wasn't his most comfortable map, but maybe he practiced a bit on that and improved in the meantime.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously you wanna be at your peak at the later stages of the tournament, of course. So yeah, I'm really eager to find out how much these players are prepared. We're gonna see some really close battles in the front here. And yeah, we have one warm-up coming up, and then we're gonna get underway with this this first map here, which is Layali.
Layali at the start.
Yeah, obviously all the players, they have played this map so much, and it's the most played map out of the tournament, so yeah, obviously everyone is prepared. Yeah, quickly maybe explain the format a little bit. So we have a rounds battles, so where you get points, and then first person to get to 70 points will get finalist, or any person to get 70 points gets finalist. And then when you're finalist, you need to win one more round, and then you can win. And there will be 2 players advancing to the grand finals, and sadly other 2 players will drop out of the tournament. And yeah, we have. What can you tell us about these players?
Ooh, that's a good question. They're all very very sick players. There's some. I feel like there's 3 older players and 1 relatively new player. Bolle, we only saw appear on the scene last year at last year's Brawl.
Yeah.
That was the first time he participated. Didn't have the best result back then, but really practiced this time. Really went for it, and well, it definitely paid off for him, because he's here in the consolidation final. Just couldn't make it straight to the grand final from the winner bracket, because Morpio and Ferry were just too strong in that match. They were miles away.
Yeah.
And Artisse, SkandeaR, and FutFut as well. Maybe Artisse and SkandeaR even more are just like veterans in the field.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
Obviously we have SkandeaR, who is, I would maybe even say, the biggest OG out of everyone in this whole tournament, maybe.
I think so too.
He has been playing Trackmania forever, basically.
I don't exactly know when Artisse started playing RPG, but I definitely know that SkandeaR was playing RPG before I started playing. And I think FutFut started later than I did.
Yeah, FutFut going for a weird strat. FutFut was going on the side of the bridge there. But yeah, obviously Bolle and FutFut are both your teammates, right?
Yeah, although I can't say North Shore is a very active team. After this Brawl, I feel like it's gonna be kind of over again. But
there was quite a lot of Ensure members participating in Brawl.
Yeah, definitely, and there's at least 1 in the grand final. We could make it 3.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, you're of course rooting for your teammate Artisse, I suppose.
Nah, I just want to see good matches.
Exactly.
I don't really care.
Same. I'd love for my friends to make it, of course, but
yeah.
I'm the person that says the person that wins deserved it, and
exactly. If you play your heart out, then I want you to win.
Exactly. FutFut going for a slight magnet drag there. I'm curious how many of the players will go for that, because I feel like personally I've never failed it. Like I've never actually flown out of the track by attempting that, but in the last matches we saw no one going for it. So
what's the difference actually? Of it. Like what's the difference in inputs? Like what do you have to do to get it?
You just stay a bit lower on the magnet, so you stay further left, and then you go right. So you kind of get like normally you're kind of on the transition from vertical to horizontal. You go very angled so that you keep grip the entire time. But if you come from more to the left and you steer earlier, you're going less diagonal on the transition.
Yeah,
so you
exactly.
just get a bit of airtime, and that usually gives you a bit of more speed because of magnet physics. And
yeah, but it just makes
it's
you...
not hard. It's just staying a bit lower and then making the same turn.
It's just a little less stable. Like your car will be less slightly wobbly or something. Maybe that's why people think it's scary.
I don't know. I've never had any problems with it, but we're gonna see who goes for it this round. I definitely say it's useful if you're slightly behind. You should definitely go for it. But
yeah,
maybe the players have failed there more often than I did.
And let's get into it. So we have the first round of the consolidation final. It's Bolle, Artisse, SkandeaR, and FutFut battling it out. No real mistakes at the start here. We have SkandeaR falling slightly behind. Ooh, actually clipping a little bit. Loses out on a little bit of time, but he's keeping with it here.
Yeah, he didn't even lose anything, I feel like.
Yeah.
He didn't really lose speed. He will definitely lose there, though. I don't... Oh, he does make it.
He makes it.
Not a very punishing roof it there, but he's already 3 seconds behind, and that's not what you want to see on Layali, because Layali is one of the closest maps in rounds.
Exactly, and especially in the consolidation finals, being 3 seconds behind, it nearly lights out, you know, for this round. I think it's gonna be hard to get some chances here to get a comeback here, but either way, Bolle is driving very solid in the lead right now, but Artisse has something to say about that.
Ooh, that was really close from Artisse, going really close to the ball there, but manages to survive, so great risk from him. And Bolle actually slowing down, getting the slowdown there, not getting the good gear, and immediately falls back to 3rd position. And as you said, I think SkandeaR is too far behind to really come back on pace, but if the other players are keeping that close, it may induce some risking from them.
Ooh, Bolle, he makes an additional mistake, smashing into the wall there a little bit. Not too bad, but yeah, does lose out on a little bit of time here. 1 second behind, but look at this battle in the front. It's Fut versus SkandeaR. Wait, SkandeaR made a mistake. Oh wait, yeah, no. Yo, I mean Artisse and FutFut. My bad. It was... Oh, but...
Oh,
FutFut now made a mistake.
Did he get my land bug? I didn't catch that. Like, I've land bugged there once on the transition. It's really weird.
Yeah.
I definitely think Fut will not be happy if he got that, and let's hope for him he didn't, or at least he doesn't get tilted by that, because it really sucks, because you cannot do anything about it and you shouldn't bug there. But ooh, Artisse and Bolle both not with the greatest speed, but Bolle coming a bit closer because he still has superior speed and is really attempting to take that first place from Artisse here. You see a very safe drift from Bolle, so slightly losing that. Oh, but he has more speed here, so he should be close after this.
Yeah, he has way more speed actually there, and that's just it shows like how much you can gain there if you have like the superior line. Instantly gained so much time, and Artisse finds himself in 2nd place. And yeah, we're already halfway through this map, so yeah, we've seen already quite a lot of different battles between different players throughout this first round here. Bolle having a slight...
Getting a land bug.
Yeah, interesting.
I've not seen that yet, and he will really be kicking himself because he doesn't want to see that. The question now, who goes for the magnet? Oh, Bolle staying lower.
Ooh.
And you see there, he definitely got way more speed.
Yeah,
does he come closer? Yes, he does come closer, and he goes really inside there, really risking to just come back to Artisse and feel like he has more speed, but it's only 3,500s between them. We have, of course, this risky finish that saves about 2 seconds. Oh, Artisse bugging, but Bolle crashing right after. That was his chance. He just needed to save it, but giving the lead straight back.
He might have slight more speed though. We see Bolle. Can he...
Both going for a really safe line there.
Yeah, and I think this round is over. Artisse, if he makes this jump, is gonna clock in a 4:08 just in front of Bolle, and SkandeaR getting that 3rd place. Also not too far behind either. So definitely great race here from all the players.
Yeah, I thought so. Fut also got the bug in the wall right there. You don't want to have that in the consolidation final, especially not to start the match off with. It doesn't do good for your confidence. But yeah, as you said, SkandeaR not too far behind, so he caught up about 2 seconds from that initial mistakes, and it kind of agrees with what I was gonna say. I feel like the pace in that round wasn't that high. We saw some wonky lines every now and then from Bolle and Artisse, so they can all definitely drive faster, but maybe it's just a bit of nerves going into the match.
It's that first round jitters, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah. Alright, we see the second round here. SkandeaR again fighting from last place. Let's see if he can make it through this checkpoint now. It was the big mistake where he crashed before. He makes it just fine. And
foot slightly wonky there, as had to adjust a bit to the left, or he would have just completely missed the checkpoint.
Yeah. And honestly, if SkandeaR didn't make that mistake before, then he would have been first, actually, in the previous round.
Yeah, by far as well.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been close, yeah.
So it could still be very scary from SkandeaR here, as he's definitely capable keeping up with the pace of all the other players. Artisse with a big mistake. Quite a long respawn for him, and he is out of the fight here. Let's take a look. We have FutFut, who is contesting first place now. Bolle very close behind here. And we see SkandeaR as well within a second. FutFut going very close.
SkandeaR had to release there. Didn't have the line and noticed that and immediately released, so he does save his round, but still fighting from the back, about a second behind, while Bolle and FutFut are just giving it their all, really trying to beat each other here.
Yeah, very close between these two Ensure players. They both really want to get through to the grand finals, I'm sure. But right now, FutFut seems to have the slight edge here, but we still have the whole map to be played. But
Bolle getting the bug now. It's a massacre on this wall ride. He got the bug on the transition as well.
Yeah, and he does go for the instant respawn. He immediately recognized it.
I don't know if he had to. I felt like he maybe could have made it, but he doesn't. Yeah. He didn't believe in it himself and goes for the respawn, which at least means he's still in front of Artisse. But I think he maybe shouldn't have respawned and tried some more to at least make it and
it's hard to
stay
say.
In the fight for top 3. Yeah.
It's hard to say. He might have just not been just barely not have been made it. Oh, we see FutFut.
What are you doing? He just fully bonks in the checkpoint and he's giving SkandeaR free 10 points here.
Yeah.
SkandeaR is very experienced, so it's just 3 seconds still though. SkandeaR could go for the safe finish if he wants.
Yeah, actually that crash looked like a lot more than 3 seconds, so decent recovery I would say from FutFut. Let's see if there is a universe where he can make something happen, but
I feel like he crashed in the checkpoint though, so an immediate respawn wouldn't be too bad because the checkpoint is right there, and maybe he bounced out of into the open again and he could just continue driving.
Well, look at that, backflip from SkandeaR was very wonky. He just about saved it, but
FutFut's one wasn't any better, so doesn't really help him at all here. It's still 3.5 seconds. With getting it very clean there, but he did win half a second on SkandeaR, so
yeah,
now it still won't be enough.
It's just about, will SkandeaR go for that risky finish or will it just go safe? Actually, no idea what he would do.
Yeah, meanwhile Bolle is about 2 seconds ahead of Artisse, but 5 seconds behind FutFut, so
yeah, let's take a look at SkandeaR here. Can he close this one out, get a very important 10-pointer? He goes for the risky finish, quite close to the wall, but he makes it. And
FutFut actually fails it. FutFut has to respawn, but Bolle is not close enough and also fails it. So can Artisse take 4 points? Yes, Artisse will snipe the 4 points away from Bolle. Of course, that is just a difference of 1 point, so it won't do too much for Artisse, but maybe bad for Bolle's confidence, which was of course very important, especially this early.
Yeah, I think that finish is also quite mental, you know, like the risky finish. I think it's much harder to do in match because there's so much on the line all the times, and if you fail it once, you might think that you're gonna fail it again, you know.
Exactly. These things can just ruin your confidence.
Yeah, let's get into that third round on Layali here. Let's take a quick look at the points. We have Artisse and SkandeaR who are equal in points right now with 14. Bolle on 9 and FutFut on 9 as well, so double equal points from the 4 players.
Yeah, so Bolle and FutFut switching on 2nd and 4th place, and Artisse and SkandeaR on 1st and 3rd. That's what has happened so far, but yeah, nothing decided at all here. It's the first map. The players, I'd say, are still getting into the match. Of course, the first map can already set the tone, but it's also really easy to come back still. Artisse kind of touching the wall there, and it just loses him a bit of speed on that slightly awkward no grip or less grip block. It's very awkward. So he loses a bit, but I feel like we saw FutFut there losing some more time.
Yeah, he might have touched the stairs or touched before that, or just bad lines. But yeah, he's still in it. He's actually battling with SkandeaR right now, who has fallen behind a little bit. And Bolle is the only one who does not, who hasn't really made any like small mistakes. And you can see exactly what that does. He just gets a lead. Quite a nice lead, 0.6 above the 2nd place. That's less, or that's more than we have seen throughout this match. But then again,
at this point in the map, it's usually very close, and then from here on, well, there's at least been one casualty in every round coming in the ball ride that's coming up right here. Is anyone failing it right now? Or like failing, I couldn't even say failing, because it's just unlucky if you get the buck, but everyone survives, so and it's actually really close in the front.
Oh,
so
look at SkandeaR and Artisse. Wow, SkandeaR had such a sick line, and he is almost in 1st place right now, contesting Bolle and Artisse. Yeah, that was crazy, because he was actually quite a bit behind before. So SkandeaR...
Bolle not with the fastest pace in that. Oh, and we see a 2-player crash there. Artisse and SkandeaR giving away the lead again to Bolle. They fought back to come back so strong, but they just threw it away again. And FutFut will be the very happy 3rd, just going away with the 2nd place here.
Exactly. It's now a battle between Bolle and FutFut here. They are very close here. We see quite different jumps there, but resulting. Oh, Bolle! It's going so much to the left. You can actually go quite a bit more to the left than you think, but that was just a little bit too much. And now he's in a battle with SkandeaR for that 2nd place. Luckily though for him, it wasn't a fatal mistake. Like, he's still definitely in the fight here. As we see FutFut just 0.6 ahead, but we're nearing that finish here. And let's see what he's gonna do for the magnet. Is he gonna go for the risky pull? Let's take a look. Ooh,
a little bit.
Slightly,
I mean, they do go more for it than in the previous match. In the previous match, everyone was going absolutely safe, and here they are slightly getting the drag, which is maybe the safe option. At least you won't fly out, and you still can come back a bit. And he actually snowballs that speed all the way until FutFut here. Oh, and gets a better line there. Who can get the best drifts here in the end? Bolle looks better, but who's going the most risky here? Bolle going for a way riskier line and has way more speed. So Bolle, I think he survived it without losing speed.
Oh, he has to adjust in time mid-air, but he actually makes it.
He does it, and
with
that's
406.
A good round. And to think that Bolle lost like half a second to a second at least on 2 occasions in that round. That could have been a 404 or 405 for sure. So yeah, FutFut just driving quite clean, but Bolle even with that, like, I don't even understand how he just lost so little in that part. I'd expect him to be like 4th at that point, but he isn't. And we see SkandeaR and Artisse being quite far behind. After making that initial mistake, they maybe made some more mistakes. Artisse getting 4 points, and SkandeaR closing out the map with 3 points. And now we go to...
We have Fortune of the Dawn.
Fortune of the Dawn.
Yeah. It is a map by FutFut. Very beautiful map. Sadly, it is quite underplayed in this tournament. We have only seen it a handful of times. And I think that is
9 times.
9 times, yeah. So what do you think is the reason for that?
I mean, it's still the middle amount of played map.
True.
Like it's the 4th played maps, so it's not too bad. It's just like the amount of times the other maps got played is insane.
Exactly, yeah.
Like it has been played 9 times, and the 3rd played map has been played 17 times. So yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know what the reason is. Like I personally really love this map. Maybe it's the quite tough part in the. I feel like there's multiple important and maybe hard parts here. The first one is coming up right here. It's the lava part, let's say. Here it's a very techy transitional part where you really can gain or lose a lot by just risking.
Exactly, and yeah.
Bolle is showing that he's going fully for it.
Yeah. He just takes
slightly awkward there, and you already see how much foot gains back by that again. So, and the other part is coming up in about a minute here. It's the engine off part, the freewheel part, where your speed can really snowball as well, because it's quite a long part.
Also, this part I've seen a lot of mistakes with the little jump there.
True,
even
but
though
if you don't actually don't make a mistake, you're also not gonna lose a lot of time there. Like you can, I would say, quite easily save it and just be slightly slower, but not too bad. But in this next part, if you already don't go in with a lot of speed, then you're already gonna lose like a lot, because it's freewheel and your speed just snowballs.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's also just the nature of this map, which is just quite techy. You have a lot of really wide lines, like you can optimize your lines quite a lot, but at the same time there's not like too much time to be gained like throughout the map. Maybe that's why players don't really choose to go for this map, but yeah, I'm glad to see it, because I always love seeing some diverse map pools, you know. It's not fun if we get to see like the same maps over and over, from a viewer's perspective at least.
Although we are seeing 2 of those maps, we are of course seeing Layali and Minerva, the 2 most played maps.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, maybe we should look at the times that the players did in previous matches. Maybe that's actually interesting.
Yeah, let's can switch it over actually.
We saw Artisse's best time so far being a 4:24.4. Bolle and FutFut with a 4:25 low, and SkandeaR's best time in match so far is a 4:29, so he's 4 to 5 seconds behind the 3 other players in terms of his best time on this map. So
yeah,
and then the averages, Bolle has a 4:36 average, Artisse 4:26, so really showing his speed there. FutFut with a 4:29 average, and SkandeaR the worst with 4:38. So maybe Bolle also not the most confident, at least in his previous matches. But SkandeaR really behind, at least in terms of his best round so far. But maybe he just didn't get a no respawn run. That's of course very possible. But yeah, I hope SkandeaR practiced a bit and can keep up with the others here.
So Artisse actually has the highest average on this map in the whole tournament, by the way.
Yeah.
So that is, quite an insane stat.
Like his average is 1.5 seconds faster than Morps and 2 seconds faster than that of Fairy. So
yeah, that is that says
Artisse
something.
Really, I think Artisse is really confident on this map and is really happy to see it being played. So I kind of expect Artisse to pull away a bit here in points.
Yeah.
But of course you have to admit it's easy to make a mistake and then you're just lost. Like you can be that fast, but
exactly, it's all about holding your own, you know, like not making mistakes on such a long map for 3 rounds in a row. That is nearly an impossible task with this pressure as well. You're facing like the best players in the tournament.
Bolle driving a 4:24 in warm up, so he is really showing, hey, I'm here and I can match Artisse's pace here. Like that is a faster time than Artisse has done in match. But yeah, that's maybe Bolle is a good contender for Artisse here, and some mistakes from the players will follow just because they are pressuring each other.
Yeah, and obviously Foot, he quite likes this map as well, if I can recall. So he might pull one out of the bag as well here. So yeah, let's get into it. The first round on Fortune of the Dawn. Fourth round overall. Let's take a quick look at the points. 19, 18, 17 and 15. All these players really want to ramp up those points here to get closer to that 70-point threshold. But only 2 of them can make it through to the grand finals here. Let's take a look. SkandeaR has fallen behind very slightly, but it's nothing really but Foot. He smashes.
Foot and SkandeaR both making mistakes and already on the back foot. And I was just gonna say, my prediction for this map is that Bolle and Artisse will really go at it, and SkandeaR and Foot will have to see where the gaps lie that they can capitalize on. But so far, they're not capitalizing on anything, and they're just making mistakes. So
yeah, and we saw Bolle in the warm-up going really risky throughout this lava section, and he slightly clips, but he seems to be so fast in this section. Gains a little bit over Artisse, but is losing it right back with that landing, I think. Artisse is going to creep up a little bit. But yeah, it's just 0.2 between these 2 players. And like you said, it is mostly going to be these 2 players battling it out on Fortune of the Dawn here. Artisse going for the overtake, but slight inaccuracy, hitting that branch there. Just a bad line from him. Loses out on a position actually, as SkandeaR is creeping up on him. He takes it right back though.
Yeah, SkandeaR not really being able to overtake him. In the meantime, you see Foot just being more than 20 seconds behind, so he's made multiple mistakes already and should just forget about this round as quick as possible. But SkandeaR really has his eyes on that second place still.
He's going so
the
close.
Most speed through it, so SkandeaR will come closer again.
SkandeaR went so close to the edge there, really maximizing his speed from this engine off section. But he's still not catching up with Artisse, so Artisse not with the worst section either.
Yeah, and we see Bolle, like, my PB is a 26, and we see Bolle already being 2 seconds ahead of it at this point.
That is
so
insane.
Bolle is definitely on a 24 again. So yeah, Bolle really having an insane pace here.
Ooh, SkandeaR. He has a really bad line there. He just hit the rock for no real reason. Loses out on maybe a half second there. And he really wants to... Yeah, he really wants to catch Artisse at this point, but he's really making it hard for himself as he makes another mistake. Very uncharacteristics from him.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's just not that confident on this map. Like, we've seen it in the averages in his previous match. Like, his average is a 438. Like, he's just been making quite some mistakes, and I think SkandeaR has the pace to do good in some rounds, but in general he just lacks the confidence on this map to really get a lot of points.
Yeah, might
be. We kind of already see that in this first round, just making some small mistakes. Oh, and Artisse missing the checkpoint, so he has to go back. He went next to checkpoint, didn't get it, didn't go actually over it, didn't trigger the checkpoint, so he has to get back to take it, and SkandeaR is also having to respawn.
Oh wow.
So Artisse is back in front again. I do not know what's happening, but I was gonna say SkandeaR is really happy with this mistake from Artisse, but I think Artisse is gonna be even more happy, and maybe FutFut can even get close to the 2 now. Artisse reaching checkpoint 14 as first. Bolle at this point should totally just save, but he probably doesn't know that word. But
yeah, FutFut's still quite far behind, I think.
Yeah, Foot will really be disappointed in that start of him, like already losing so much.
Yeah. Free victory for Bolle, but I still think that he's on a really good time here. I don't know if he
No, he actually he lost a bit on me in the meantime. He lost 0.3 in those 2 minutes. So he will drive a 24 high or 25 really low.
Which is still
he's
not
currently
too shabby.
on a 25-0. So
can he make it?
That's not what you want to see. He will make it quite easily, but it never felt comfortable. And with that, he does lose another 1.1 seconds, but it doesn't matter. Like, the 26 is just a very safe victory.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, Artisse was actually really in the fight, I believe, until he just drove past the checkpoint. Of course, it can happen on this map. A lot of checkpoints are missable if you go too wide and don't go over the light blue part. We see Foot going for the tricksters, doing some, getting some style points. This, of course, was not a good round for him, but yeah, let's see if he can come back next round.
Yeah, let's hope he can refocus, because he is definitely capable on this map. Definitely making a mistake at the start of a round is, yeah, just mentally hard to come back from.
Yeah, and especially if you see the other two players choking as well. Like, this was a round where the 6 points were absolutely free. So if you can't capitalize on that, it doesn't feel great.
Yeah.
Like, this is a round where the points were voor het oprapen, let's say.
Yeah. Ooh, Artisse! He smashes into that rock, loses out on quite some time. He does make that next jump though. Oh, but he hits the rock again, and I don't think he's gonna make it. Okay, he makes it.
He does make it, but he loses quite a lot. And we've seen Artisse in the past maybe snowballing his momentum the wrong way around. He can, like, if he does well and he keeps doing well, he's insane and he can be so fast. But if he loses his confidence, it can sometimes for Artisse be quite bad.
Yeah.
And let's hope that doesn't continue for now, because he has already made some mistakes in these rounds, whereas we expected him to fight at the top with Bolle in terms of pace.
Exactly. SkandeaR has quite a clean section there, gains on a lot of time on Bolle, as well as this half pipe jump or quarter pipe jump, and right now he's just took the lead from Bolle with that insane section. So let's see if he can keep this up. Crazy performance right now from SkandeaR.
Ooh, that looks really awkward. He goes so wide and Bolle will catch back up. That can't really take over first place just yet. They're still very much in a fight, but...
Oh, he got too excited here. And right now he has given the first place back to his opponents, and now he finds himself in last place actually. He has to really adjust his line there as well. Not with the best speed.
Bolle this time really struggling in his freewheel section. He entered it at the same time as Foot, but exits it half a second behind. So Artisse about 2 seconds behind the leader right now, which is FutFut. Both the Ensure players are in front right now. But Artisse is never out of it. Like, with his space, he can still make it interesting.
Definitely, and it's not
being so low.
Wow, and look at Bolle's speed though. Like, Bolle just souped.
I mean, Bolle just had like the correct line, and Foot was too low in the wall. It had to adjust to keep up.
And Foot actually has to release quite a lot to not smash into the wall as well.
Exactly.
So, yeah, close, very close, tense battle here in the front. But Bolle is right now pulling away. But yeah, things can definitely still happen. FutFut right now has not made any big mistakes, so he has something to say about this round.
Again, an awkward drift there, though. We'll lose another few tens there, which maybe throws away his chance to get back to Bolle, because Bolle is really fast on this map. Let's see if any of the players missed the checkpoint this time. Foot stumbling, going too far left, too risky. Artisse goes really safe over the checkpoint. There's no chance of missing that this time. No worries, but Foot is gonna really try to get back to Artisse at this point. He has nothing to lose, and he's going full at it.
He knows that SkandeaR is so far behind, so he can just full send it. Even with a bigger mistake, he will still be third. So,
and even if he gets, like, going from 4 to 6 points is way more valuable than going from 4 to 3. Like, the difference is interesting. It's almost always worth to go for second if you're third.
Yeah, and look at these two players. They're so close. And FutFut, he definitely knows it at this point. He needs to push right now. And we are nearing that finish. And there's some time that you can gain or lose. FutFut going really wide to build up as much speed as possible. But I think Artisse did exactly that as well, as we see him build up a lot of speed as well. He is going to go for this jump. Bolle is still in a comfortable 2-second lead, by the way. So this battle will be the most important thing to focus on. Foot and Artisse are nearing that last checkpoint, both going the reverse way actually.
Foot going so much inside, like he goes full risk, gets the perfect.
It's gonna be
quarter pipe
close.
jump. Is it enough? It's not enough. Artisse will edge it out just by 0.4, and Bolle with the 25.7. So we don't see the insane times we saw from some of these players previous round, but Bolle just looks very confident here, and my prediction kind of was true, except that Artisse is making just too many mistakes. He doesn't get the clean rounds. We see SkandeaR having missed a checkpoint, it seems, so SkandeaR is not going to finish even, and
ooh, that is a big deal.
That
3
is very
points
costly.
missed. Yeah.
That's 3 points, and he's instantly into last. We see Bolle kind of walking away with it here, really pulling away into the lead. 39 points for him, Artisse on 30, FutFut 8 points behind on 22, and SkandeaR kind of equal with that on 21. So if we kind of extrapolate this to what you said earlier, it definitely looks like we're gonna see the same grand final as the winner bracket final.
Yeah,
like
but
the same players are gonna be there.
We have so much rounds to go, though. Anything can happen. It's just very unfortunate from SkandeaR that he missed a checkpoint. I didn't catch that actually. What happened? But that's one occasion where we have seen that before on this map actually in the Brawl.
Yep.
Can't recall when that.
I think it was Yacht, but I might be wrong.
Yeah. So
I
that's.
don't know exactly. But
yeah.
again, we see SkandeaR being wonky on this map. Fut not having the greatest start, but kind of coming back in that lava section. But then the other players had a really good second part of the lava section, so pulled away again.
Yeah, we see
Fut's
again.
definitely still in the race, but SkandeaR already 2 seconds behind third.
Yeah.
Really not having the pace
Ooh,
so far.
Artisse with a really good line on the quarter pipe, shoots up to first place, and I think it's actually.
Fut had it even better than Artisse, but couldn't manage the speed and had to respawn because he didn't make it.
Unfortunate.
So, yeah.
Last place.
Now in last. Yep.
Yeah, I think Bolle, we see like kind of the same starts from Artisse and Bolle, where Bolle is taking the initial lead and then Artisse has like some slightly better lines, and wow, we saw Bolle almost clipping the edge there. It was very close actually, and that engine off. But he managed to save it quite well and keeps the lead quite close here for 0.4 between Artisse and him.
Yeah, I think Bolle at this point won't be very scared. Like, he's already gotten 20 points on this map. He's just gonna lurk here, try to get closer to Artisse, but even if he gets 6 points there, that's a very good map from him, and he has the superior line here. Artisse will have slightly more speed, but won't gain back that 0.4 that he started with of a lead. So Bolle getting a bit closer by going more inside on that grass section. They're also very different lines. They don't make a real difference, but Artisse, they're having to release. Didn't have the line, had to release to not crash. Does well to save it even, but gives the lead back to Bolle here.
Yeah, it's such a long section as well, where you build up quite a bit of speed on that bridge area. Ooh, but
Bolle
Artisse, yeah, Artisse gained it right back, and they're inside each other right now, as they're really battling it out, just like you predicted. Bolle and Artisse, yeah, really showing what they're capable of on Fortune of the Dawn. It might even be the very last time we're actually seeing this map in the tournament.
Really good line.
Yeah. Yeah, he just risked it all on the magnet.
It seems like he released after that though, because Artisse has more speed, although it's very close, and I feel like it will be very equal after this backflip.
Yeah, I feel like
back into the last section of this map where they are just equal.
Yeah, I feel like on that magnet, like always some things could happen on a magnet like that, because the physics can be a bit weird sometimes. But yeah, we see equal fight here from Bolle and Artisse, but Artisse has more speed. Oh, but actually Bolle has Bolle has the very low jump and shoots up to first place. But yeah, this lead says nothing. It's an equal fight.
What happened? Artisse had such an awkward line, but Bolle just released for no reason. What is happening here? They're trying to give each other the win. Bolle should have more speed after this, but has to release because he doesn't trust his line, and rightfully so. He wouldn't have made it, but it's still really close. This round should never have been so close. Bolle again, very awkward. What is this line from him? Artisse should just save it and he will have it. He does get a clean line and there's no way Bolle comes back.
And that did not look
Bolle
safe from Artisse, but he actually just barely not tapping there.
Bolle just really wonky there at the end. I feel like he should have had that quite safe, but just had some interesting lines and released there, which I don't really understand because he clearly had the superior line, but then released anyway. We see SkandeaR opting for a wallbang there at the end. I don't know what kind of strat that is, but at least he gets points this
going for a
this
roof
round,
bang
which
as
is
well.
good for him. Yeah, he gets the 3 points, which is good with the 455. So yeah, we see SkandeaR really not confident on this map, and it's very well possible that the second player that goes to the grand final gets decided on this map again.
Exactly, yeah.
So SkandeaR will not look forward to that.
Yeah, he really needs to change his mindset.
I don't think he will be able to. I don't think SkandeaR will be able to finish it out on Layali in the second rotation. So if he wants to win, he's gonna have to perform better on Fortune next time.
Exactly. We have the last map from the rotation. It is Minerva B. Players get one warm-up. And yeah, take a look at the points. We have Bolle on 45 points, but Artisse getting closer with that 40 points. And FutFut and SkandeaR are quite a bit behind here, so it's going to be a tough battle for them from this point forward. But definitely in a format like this, anything can happen. You still have to win a round when you're finalist. So they're not out of it, and they're still looking to fight on. And Minerva B, what can you tell us about this map, Astro?
It's a really technical map. Really important to get all the small things right, because I don't think there will be a lot of big mistakes here. So it can give very close rounds, and it's an interesting map because there's a lot of places where you can win or lose, but in the end the fights are always close on this map. So
yeah, exactly.
As we see here, like all the lines of those players were so different. They've all made mistakes, but still there's 3 people inside each other in this warm-up round. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy. So it's never possible to really call who's gonna win this this map. And I always feel like there'll be a lot of mistakes, and still they're gonna drive 6 times.
Yeah, I think compared to the previous map, Fortune, this map is just like the biggest difference is just the speed. Like there's a lot of very slow sections in this map, like very compact sections.
Yep.
And Fortune, it's very stretched out, a lot of wide lines, and here you don't have too much space to work with. It's very very tight and compact, and lots of neo slides, and you really have to manage.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, you really have to manage that car control, you know.
Although Fortune isn't shy of any neo slides either. Like there's multiple neos on Fortune as well. But yeah, you're absolutely bang on there. Fortune just very high speed driving, and here it's way more compact, a lot of tight sliding.
Exactly. So, yeah. Like not really too much things you can do wrong. You're pretty quickly gonna clip if you're driving slightly wrong on this map. What is your...
We see FutFut going for a line that is never working there, so I don't know what is mine, what he was thinking at that point. But what is my prediction for who's gonna do well on this map?
Yeah. Who is gonna have the edge, you think, on this map?
I mean, when I look to the times in previous matches, which I always enjoy looking at those, we see all players having a fastest time of between 3:04 and 3:06, with Artisse being 1.5 seconds ahead of the others. So Artisse, in terms of best round, he has done the fastest round with a 3:04.1. But then the average of Bolle and Artisse is 3:08 to 3:10, and SkandeaR and FutFut 3:16. So in terms of averages, they are a bit behind. Yeah, but that could just be a few bad rounds. So in terms of pace, I would say they're relatively equal to each other.
Yeah, and I remember last match, SkandeaR was really had some insane pace on this one as well.
Yeah, like I would say that I expect the same as on Fortune. Basically, I expect Bolle and Artisse to really fight, and if Artisse can keep his mindset together, he him and Bolle are really gonna battle it out. But if it goes the same as the first few rounds of last map, where Artisse just makes some mistakes, I'd see Bolle really running away with it again.
Exactly.
FutFut and SkandeaR on this map, they are definitely not out of it, and everything can happen.
Look at SkandeaR, he's not gonna make that jump. That's a horror situation for him. And yeah, he looks so demoralized right now.
Yes. I saw that too. He's just crashing into the wall for no reason. But the other players are in a really close fight. We see Bolle slightly behind actually, with attempting to overtake Artisse.
Ooh,
and
very
does
good line.
so at this point, but Artisse slightly wonky line there, gives away the lead. Well,
and this section
all three of them.
This section coming up is quite decisive, where you can get a bug, and FutFut gets that bug, and Artisse might also gets that bug, I think. But FutFut really had it
really good.
Yeah, FutFut really had it really bad, like just as bad as you can get it, basically. And that can put you down by quite a bit, and we see Bolle again building that lead just because of that one mistake from Artisse and FutFut. And that is a perfect situation for him.
The dirt tunnel is always slightly awkward in this game. It's quite a buggy block, and the mapper tried to salvage it by putting the engine killer before it, because otherwise it would have been even worse. But still, it's not the most fun to drive on, I'd say. Yeah, FutFut really is gonna go at it now, because SkandeaR is just so far behind. FutFut again should full risk to try to overtake Artisse, but gets a really good line, but then throws it away again and clips there, and it just doesn't feel comfortable for him. Again, clipping, and he's
clipping everything.
So FutFut doesn't even respawn instantly, so I feel like both SkandeaR and FutFut are having quite some problems in terms of mindset here.
Yeah.
They're not really getting it done. Like, it doesn't really work out for them. They're making the small mistakes, maybe getting unlucky, maybe just not being confident enough, and
yeah,
I really don't see them coming back to Artisse and Bolle in this round, but also not in this match. I think this match is somewhat already decided.
It's such a hard mental thing to come back from, you know, but still, like, you have to. Yeah, some players are good at like making a comeback, but it's just such a tough ask all the time. So yeah.
That's true. Maybe a break could help the players. You can, of course, in this tournament request a 2-minute break. All the players can do that once. We don't see it gonna request it in every match, but you can. Maybe it helps to just get up, take a walk, reset your mindset. While we see Bolle here clocking in the 10 points. I don't see him losing this anymore. He's just saved into the finish with a 307.
Yeah,
that's a good time. 307 low. So.
Yeah, it's decent.
It's not the fastest, but it's confident. Like, he wasn't in trouble from Artisse there.
It's like exactly the time that he had to drive.
Exactly. Artisse can just drive 3 seconds faster though, so I don't think he'll be very confident in the next rounds driving that same pace. But when Artisse is behind you, then sure, it is enough.
Yeah, and SkandeaR and FutFut actually quite close, finishing there.
Bolle actually didn't get the slow dirt tunnel, but
yeah,
Artisse and FutFut did get it, yeah.
Exactly. Second round on Minerva B is underway here. Let's really hope that SkandeaR and FutFut can hold it together, maybe put up one last fight here in this match. We have Bolle and Artisse though again in that first and second place. Ooh, but SkandeaR this time has a very nice line and shoots up to second place here, even first. Yeah, he gets that first place even.
It's a really close round so far.
Yeah.
There's nothing in it, and quite similar lines. SkandeaR slightly clipping, so maybe too much risk there. I didn't feel comfortable with it. Does make the mistake, say, release a little bit there to keep his grip. I mean, all these players, they do know the ins and outs of this map. Like,
for sure.
It's not a mystery for them, but it's just who can execute those lines that they are all envisioning the best. And SkandeaR this round is not really seems to get like a small gearbuck-ish, like out of the dirt tunnel.
Yeah, but we actually did not see any bugs, I think.
Well, maybe not, yeah. Actually, quite.
It's a rare occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one bugging there in the dirt tunnel, which is very nice to see. Don't see that very often.
Adripil doing a sigh of relief there. Yes,
Exactly.
SkandeaR is still not out of it. Like, he is 4th, but any mistake will put you behind SkandeaR at this point. Like, it's just 1.5 to 2 seconds.
Just as you say that, we have FutFut. Yeah, really messed up his line there. Has to adjust, but it was too late, and he goes for the respawn. He could have saved it, but it was looking very sketchy. And right now we have another battle between Artisse and Bolle right now. Very, very close between these two players. And I think they definitely want to, you know, Artisse definitely still wants to get first, you know. This match, I wouldn't say it's over. Like, he definitely wants to win this over Bolle. Just,
I mean, of course, it gives you the better ban position. Because if you
yeah.
get first here, you ban later. So maybe Bolle already bans a map that... I mean, in this case, I don't think it really matters. Because the match is tomorrow. So the Bolle will not have any chance to practice Hexagonia during... and he hates Hexagonia. So Artisse knows what Bolle is going to ban. So in this case, it doesn't matter at all if Artisse and Bolle, like, who gets first, who gets second. It does matter if Bolle doesn't get second in this round, though.
But the other players are very far.
Of him. No, SkandeaR is ahead.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
So yeah.
Yeah, it looks like this round, FutFut really shot himself in the foot.
Yeah. I was gonna say before this round, I really think Fut and SkandeaR will have to be first and second in this round, otherwise it's just not gonna happen anymore. Like, I feel like it's already kind of too late. Of course, it can always happen, but you don't see that often. 3:05 from Artisse. It's a good time.
Very good time.
It's fast. It's faster than the other players have driven in match so far. So definitely outpacing his opponents here, but.
Oh no,
I mean,
Fut
really not in it right now. Bolle not being happy with himself making that mistake either, but yeah. Fut, what are you doing? Fut is not believing in it anymore.
Yeah, I think he just stepped out of the bed with the wrong foot.
I don't really. Ay. Can I leave already? Yeah.
Oh man. Alright.
I mean,
last round.
Maybe we're gonna see a revival from either SkandeaR or Fut on when the other players are finalists and they just win each round, and then, well, if you win each round, you'll never lose. That's what a wise man has said. So
yeah,
must be true.
And if you look at the points here, we have Bolle not on that 60-point threshold, which means he won't be able to get finalist. So that's gonna be. Yeah, nice for Artisse, of course, as he wants to get that first place as well. Very close here in the points and very close here in the map as well. We have Bolle actually with another mistake, falling behind a lot and barely making that jump as well. And he's 2 seconds behind, which is a lot on a map like this. And he's clipping left, right and center.
Although that clip doesn't lose him too much, and I feel like if Fut and SkandeaR are doing what they've been doing so far, although SkandeaR had a good last round, but yeah, SkandeaR already getting the dirt slowdown there, so Bolle catching up a little bit.
Fut also with a slight mistake, just allows Artisse to build that lead here, and we saw what time he's capable of driving in the previous round, and already being in the lead, that is not a good sign for the rest of the players, especially for Bolle, who finds himself in last place. And being, yeah.
Although he's really coming back. Like, he's really going for an overtake. Like, he's totally back in the race, I'd say.
Yeah, let's see. Let's follow this comeback, because I'm sure he's capable of doing it. And he also has nothing to lose at this point.
Exactly. He really wants to get second here, I'd say. Because if he gets second, then he's on 65 points, so he only needs second again.
Yeah.
Ideally he'd get first, but I'm not sure if he really is still hoping on that. But Artisse also wants to get first.
For sure.
To give himself just more chance to get finalists in the next round. And SkandeaR and Fut will just do everything to, well, let their mentality survive, I'd say, but also deny both the other players' points.
Yeah, right now they're not doing too bad.
They're not doing too bad, but they have half the points of Artisse and Bolle, and that's a lot to make up.
Yeah, but I think it's
Bolle
also
with
like
his space. Like, look at that. He's already snacked SkandeaR here.
Yeah, and he's about to snack FutFut as well here.
Ooh, that's a slightly awkward line, but has the better line than FutFut. There goes low, so he gets a little bit of airtime, loses speed with that. So he went a bit too enthusiastic in that section, and SkandeaR taking back the 3rd place. Ooh. SkandeaR making a mistake. Bolle having a firm grip on 3rd and not
is he
coming
gonna go for a really low jump?
He really needs 2nd here. FutFut kind of clipping. Bolle coming closer, goes for the risk. Risk is paying off.
He gets it. He gets the nosedive and gets so much speed with that, and actually managed to snipe that 2nd place. Very important.
306.7 with that start, and Artisse just being out of reach with a 304.7, which is just really fast. That's more PO and Ferry level. They also drove 04.5 and 04.7 as fastest time in match. So Minerva really a confident map for Artisse, and Artisse is totally back in it here.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like in that last round, in the end, FutFut really let go of the gas.
No,
he let his foot really.
Yeah. In the end, Bolle just went full risk because he had to.
Exactly. Yeah.
Getting 2nd was so much worth it for him because he only needs to get 2nd this round.
Yeah.
So definitely a great risk by Bolle, and it does pay off. And we see Artisse taking over first with 66 points, then Bolle with 65, and then FutFut and SkandeaR 37 and 36. Like, they are just too far behind.
Yeah.
It's really between Bolle and Artisse here, and we're immediately live into the round. There's no warm up anymore in the 2nd rotation, so
we could definitely see a double finalist next round actually. If Bolle gets 1st and Artisse gets 2nd, or the other way around.
Bolle needs 2nd,
yeah.
Artisse just needs 3rd, Bolle needs 2nd, and he's not doing himself any favors there with that crash. He's already bonking into the tree and losing a lot. Artisse also losing a lot, so Artisse will thank his lucky stars that Bolle is even behind him. But he's only 2 seconds behind, so he could still capitalize on any mistake from SkandeaR and FutFut. And the moment we see a reversal of the match scores in this round, SkandeaR and FutFut in clear first.
Yeah, and I think, you know, they might be out of this whole match, but I think they want to prove that they're very fast still. You know, they want to set at least 1 or 2 really good times on this map. And we see FutFut slight error on that staircase. Oh, another error. That was weird, actually. Yes.
Is he gonna make it? Artisse is really running away with it, getting back to 2nd. Of course, it doesn't really matter for Artisse. He can just afford himself some more mistakes now. For Artisse, it of course doesn't really matter at this point.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to get last.
Exactly. Sure, you want to deny SkandeaR and FutFut some points, but at the same time, they're so far behind. It doesn't really, like, you're not really worried about them at this point, I'd say.
Yeah.
Maybe if he can deny Bolle, the finalist, that would be really good. And at this point, he will, because Bolle with 4 points is on 69 points. So Bolle really needs to push to get 2nd here. Artisse touching there. Can he still make this wall right? He doesn't get the bug, so that would have been disastrous. But
yeah,
Bolle is really gonna push it, and he's not that far behind actually. So
yeah, let's put the camera on Bolle as he has nothing to lose. SkandeaR also driving very decent time here, by the way. So we're gonna have to keep track on the finish there. Bolle.
I don't think he's too fast actually.
Oh really?
This round is insanely fast if I compare to my splits.
Okay.
But yeah, Bolle, not the greatest lines there. Is really risking it to get back. He 3rd place brings him nothing. He needs 2nd.
You see him, like, he wants to risk, but he just has like a little bit of jitters in his lines, like not driving the most optimal lines here. He does have a very nice section where previous round he gained a lot on Artisse there.
Yeah, he does again. He's only 1 second behind at this point, and that was definitely multiple seconds.
Yeah, and Artisse knows that he has to deny the 2nd place from Bolle, which is gonna be everything.
It's 0.8 now. Bolle getting closer with every checkpoint. He will go for relatively high magnet drag, I'd say.
Yeah.
He has to.
He has to at this point. Like that's.
But it's only 0.5 though. Like he is catching up so much. That was an. But he touches the stairs. What is gonna happen here?
See the magnet.
Bolle dragging. Artisse doesn't, and we can see how much it's gonna save. It's not that much, but he gets a really smooth landing there. So through this engine off section, he will catch up a lot, I'd say.
He is creeping closer towards this ending section.
It's 0.3. It's 0.1.
Yeah, and Bolle has so many close battles at this very checkpoint here. Previous rounds were also very close, but Bolle, he has to go for the world record line to catch up on Artisse at this point, and it comes down to the end.
That wasn't great, but he has way more speed. Can he do it? Artisse
it's gonna be close.
Good, but Bolle will have more speed. Bolle should have this, I think.
Oh.
No, he doesn't. He lands too much in an angle, and it's an insane race, but Artisse just denies him by 200. Bolle went fully for it, but it just wasn't enough. Fut going for a show round around the finish. Going for another one.
That was
Artisse
insane.
The only finalist now, so Artisse doing just enough to put Bolle away from like a finalist. Like he doesn't allow Bolle to be finalist yet, so he has one free attempt on Layali, and then if he needs another attempt here, Fut taking some time to relax himself.
Exactly.
A free break, let's say. Let's see how Artisse does.
Wow, that was
in his first attempt.
Almost a crazy snipe from Bolle, but Artisse really keeping it together in that round. Denies the finalist from Bolle, and what is Bolle doing?
Out.
I mean, for him it doesn't matter, but he would have liked to deny Artisse, like a chance to deny him.
Exactly.
But,
At this point, I don't know if he really minds, because it is clear who's getting first and second in this match, and in terms of bans, as we discussed before, it doesn't really matter either. So it's just about getting into the grand final. I don't think Bolle should really be kicking himself at this point.
True.
You can just hope SkandeaR or Fut denies Artisse. But if not, nothing is lost then.
It's not over yet, of course. Like we still have SkandeaR and Fut, who are both quite capable on this map, but yeah, Artisse is just so fast and consistent, so it's gonna be a tough task, you know.
Yeah, Artisse overtaking SkandeaR for that first place with an amazing backwards into no grip section. So showing he has the superior pace here. SkandeaR not letting that happen just yet. He stays in his
Oh, he taps the staircase.
Yeah.
That allows SkandeaR to get that first place. Actually, Fut with an insane line shoots up to first place. Look at
SkandeaR and Artisse got the gear bug there and didn't get the good gear, so they both lost. SkandeaR got it normally, but
look at how much time that loses though. That's insane. Fut just capitalizing on that. So now it's FutFut's time to shine a little bit here. In the first place.
Crashing.
Oh.
Slide bonk, but loses even more, and you won't like that.
Yeah, and Bolle will like that, of course, as Artisse probably won't get first this round, but that all depends on SkandeaR and FutFut, obviously. But Bolle will still have a chance to get first in this match. So still
Artisse
exciting
full stopping,
stuff.
having to respawn there, and Bolle even overtaking him. So Artisse is not winning this round unless something crazy happens. So this round is still gonna be like a relatively uninteresting round.
Still
SkandeaR should
cool
fight it out. Yeah, should fight it out for the first position, and maybe even fight it out for who is becoming 6th or 5th. But maybe they still have their eyes on. Maybe they still have their eyes on the grand final. Like if SkandeaR wins this, he is on 56.
Imagine. I mean,
it could still happen.
Yeah, and there will be at least 2 rounds because there's like no one winning anymore. So if he goes Super Saiyan or like maybe.
I mean, it is SkandeaR. It can always happen, and also Fut is definitely capable of driving the times these other players are doing. But
Yeah, it's
Seeing
just
how
that...
the match went so far, it's just not very likely. But
Yeah, it's just that Artisse and Bolle are also just so good, you know.
yeah,
Will they let that happen?
really didn't feel confident on that unfortune of the dawn.
Yeah, that's... I would say that is an unfortunate of the dawn. that is the
yeah. Meanwhile, Foot has made a mistake and is behind Artisse, going for some insane drag. Well,
I can see.
happen, of course.
I can see what you mean. If you go too low, then you
exactly
like too much.
Exactly, Foot really going for it doesn't really pay off in that attempt. Would of course like to finish in front of Artisse and Bolle, because right now he's 4th and he'll just get 3 points. But
yeah, let's hope that SkandeaR is gonna save, but I don't think he is.
I don't think he is, but I think he is gonna save the risky finish. He'll have no problems. And he drives a 406, so like by all means that's a good time. SkandeaR deservedly on the first place there.
There was some swag finish from Bolle with the bug slide into the finish. That was insane. I never see someone actually hit that.
I didn't see it, but yeah, we see we have 2 finalists now.
Yeah.
Bolle and Artisse, and SkandeaR on 56 points. Foot really falling behind at 43 now, getting lost again those last 2 rounds. So
yeah,
Foot is just not in it, but SkandeaR maybe showing that he's still not out of it. He wants to get back.
Exactly, and what a team to end this match here. Well, maybe not, but Artisse and Bolle, who are definitely been the clear favorites in this match, both on finalist, and yeah, they can decide who is gonna win the consolidation final. Obviously, there is the 2nd place as well to grab, but yeah, it's definitely a seeding thing as well for the grand final. Getting 1st in this match gives you a big advantage, and Foot already with the mistake.
Does it give you any advantage?
I mean, like, it does, like the map, you know, being in front with the map picks.
The only thing is you get to ban later, but you know what Bolle is gonna ban. So for Artisse, it doesn't matter at all if he bans before or after Bolle, because Bolle is gonna ban Hexa. So
that's true.
I'd really say it doesn't matter who gets 1st or 2nd, and just maybe for yeah, I don't know.
The pride, you know, it's all about the pride.
The pride or the confidence going into the grand final, maybe.
Dude,
there, but
it is the Milky Way versus Ensure battle right now.
Ooh,
everything
insane.
To play for. What do you mean?
And Pearls in between.
Ooh,
Pearls trying to deny both of them. SkandeaR is still not out of this. Bolle pulling away slightly here. SkandeaR, that's an awkward line. Doesn't get the landing bug though. I somewhat expected him to buck there, but no sir. Gets it slightly slow. Artisse coming back there. Bolle still about a 2nd ahead.
Artisse creeping.
Artisse and SkandeaR fighting.
Artisse smashed into the wall.
A mistake. He's now 3 seconds behind. So
yeah, he smashed into the wall right before the water part. So that loses quite a lot of time there. And now Bolle. It looks like Bolle is gonna win this match. How it looks right now, as he is in 1st place. But SkandeaR, he's pretty much the only one who can say something about that. But SkandeaR, can you really outpace Bolle? I mean, he's going for it, but it's just such a hard task. Bolle being, I think, the 4th seed in this whole tournament in the qualification, I think. He's definitely one of the best.
He's the 3rd seed, I think, maybe.
The 3rd seed even.
I don't know. He's currently in 3rd of the in the stat spreadsheet, but I
look at SkandeaR. Yeah, look at SkandeaR though. He is going for that 1st place.
SkandeaR showing I don't give a damn about who's seeded 3rd or 4th or 5th. I'm here. I seeded 20 something because I didn't play a lot, but I can still beat you. So Bolle does go back in front. To be fair to him, he doesn't jump too far left there this time. So. Ooh, and SkandeaR slightly touching the pillar there, won't lose him too much at all. So that's really not a deciding factor, I'd say.
Exactly, and we're nearing that.
0.7 behind. Artisse still lurking, 2.1 seconds behind Bolle at this point, but there's 2 people in front of him. So unless something crazy happens, Artisse will not close his finalist attempt out. Bolle is stumbling a bit there, doesn't get the greatest backflip. Who's going for the magnet drag? SkandeaR not going for it at all. Bolle going a little bit for it, so SkandeaR definitely not coming back to Bolle at this checkpoint, but also not really losing. But Bolle gets an awkward landing there.
Yeah, and now SkandeaR shoots up to first place. Like, he saved it, but that was a good decision from him. And now he has a chance to deny Bolle this victory. And
Artisse.
Exactly. And that is pretty insane from him. Being
Bolle not that far behind though. Like, it's just 0.7. Bolle going for an insane line. I don't think it will be enough because SkandeaR
has
also
done it. He has nearly done it again, but
he's fast in a SkandeaR, but his line is awkward and SkandeaR is just too confident there. So that's really unfortunate for Bolle that he gets that bug there.
Yeah, like, what a insane
I don't even know what he did, if he touched or that he got a bug, but
yeah,
it's just one small part there where he just lost the match here, or at least lost this round.
And look at SkandeaR's points.
SkandeaR is on 66. Like, SkandeaR, I thought he was out of it, and I still think he is because Fortune is coming up. But to be fair to him, he's fighting back. So maybe on Fortune we're gonna see a FutFut comeback. Yeah,
who knows? At this point, anything can happen, right?
If SkandeaR does it, Foot can do it too. Let's hope that happens. So I think there's gonna be we're going to Fortune now.
And just a quick thing. Remember when SkandeaR missed those 3 points? I guess it doesn't matter if you look at this point.
No, yeah, he missed the 3 points. Yeah, true. Those can be really costly in this case. It doesn't really matter, but
yeah. All right, we're getting right into it on Fortune of the Dawn. Who is gonna close it out? Artisse, Bolle, or perhaps SkandeaR? Very close in points as well. So yeah, this might very well be the last time we're ever gonna see this map in the tournament.
True, but then I guess that holds for every map at this point. In the final with Ferry and Morpio, who are both so confident on every map, you just don't know what's gonna happen.
True. You like, they could be practicing like any map.
Exactly. You never know. I'm actually curious though, because SkandeaR will have to get third here. Like, SkandeaR just needs to not get fourth, but he might very well get fourth. So SkandeaR's really gonna have to push for third. Artisse and Bolle are gonna have to go for first, and Foot at this point should also just like fully go for first.
Yeah.
Like, Foot just needs first places, and a lot of them.
Yeah, he has to do it at this point if he wants to make something happen. 44 in the chat saying he feels the SkandeaR comeback, and yeah, that would be very exciting. Very hard task.
Would be nice. Yeah, we see already the pace of Artisse and Bolle just being superior.
Yeah.
Like, Foot and SkandeaR just falling behind instantly from the start, and we saw that on the first rotation too, that Bolle and Artisse are just the kings on this map. And
exactly, but one singular mistake or a singular respawn on this map just instantly puts you like 10-20 seconds behind. So there's always that possibility. So it's not over till it's over. Artisse.
It's definitely true, but it just never feels confident for SkandeaR and Foot in this match on this map.
Yeah, we see Bolle with a slight mistake, and allows Artisse to go back into that first place here.
Bolle with a way better line though.
Yeah,
will come back.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, they're so close. Bolle going for the very wide line allows him to get way more speed here in this section. Goes for the slide there, and Artisse actually catching up. Very different lines, but
entered with a bit more speed, but exits with the amount of same speed. But then it's really close still. Indeed, very different lines as you said. But Bolle with a slightly better line there. He's doing some kind of
that's weird
wobbling shenanigans. But
that's some fairy things like going for the thousands of seconds there.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I mean, thousands of seconds, it definitely pays off because he's about a tenth or two ahead, and Artisse going really wide there. I don't think that was really intentional, and Bolle having about a half a second lead here now. So Bolle won't mind that at all. But Artisse will definitely try to come back because only first matters for these two players. They need to get first at this point.
These players going so close to the walls here. Artisse 0.6 behind. But still plenty of map to go. We enter this section with quite some drifts here. Pretty tight drift at this part.
Oh, Foot the wallbang in the meantime, so SkandeaR's third place is kind of safe.
Artisse actually wallbanged as well and loses out on some slight time as well. Luckily there was a respawn right after that, so not too much.
Do we see anyone missing the checkpoint? No, these players are not missing the checkpoint. SkandeaR doesn't miss the checkpoint. SkandeaR will just try to get third in this round, I feel like. And
yeah, he has to.
Artisse really wants to close it out here before SkandeaR gets finalist, because it will get really scary if SkandeaR is able to just kick you out of the tournament.
That would be absolutely horrendous for Artisse.
And for Bolle, yeah, for both of them.
Yeah.
Bolle, not the furthest flight there, but it's enough.
Yeah, Artisse
only 1.5 seconds behind Artisse, so everything is still possible with mistakes in the end, and we know how treacherous that that quarter pipe jump in the end can be.
Exactly, and Bolle is in no like safe vicinity right now. It is like nearly 2 seconds between these two players, but you gotta cross that finish line, and Bolle is thinking about that.
Gets a good approach in this part. Jumps quite safely to the checkpoint, doesn't want to miss it. Let's see if he goes. No, he goes really safe here. He really doesn't want to go too wide and having to release or not, or even clipping there.
He just
has to survive the last wall ride. He has 2 seconds. There's no need to risk this. Can he do it? And he does do it. Bolle will clock his place into the grand final. He will get first in this match after a furious fight with Artisse and with the 4:23. That is a really fast time. So definitely showing his worth. That is faster than Artisse has ever driven by a second.
Is that match record actually?
No,
it's close.
Morphia drove 4:23.7, and so it's 0.7 behind the fastest time on the map so far.
Insane! What a insane way to close it out from Bolle.
That's just deserved, and at this point you can also just applaud Artisse for staying that close, because 4:25 is still a very good time. I believe the world record is 4:20 here, so they are just 3.7 seconds behind the world record. That's really fast in such a
on one of the
situation, but now
the longest map as well, I think.
Yeah, SkandeaR getting third, and Artisse is really sweating bullets here.
Yeah,
because SkandeaR could come from nowhere and steal the win.
Yeah,
or
very
place, but
very close. And Artisse has a very bad line. Loses out on maybe a second there.
Foot is out of it.
And now it's a battle between Artisse and SkandeaR.
He does grab the checkpoint, but he has no speed, so it's really a 1v1 here for a place in the grand final.
And Artisse barely making that jump is looking a bit shaky at the start of this round, and what a big upset it would be if Artisse is not winning this round.
Ooh, Artisse with a very awkward line there again, has to release so much. So
is he feeling the pressure? Looks like it.
He will definitely feel the pressure. He had a clear second place, and then SkandeaR just comes out of nowhere. Artisse,
what is happening?
Artisse is so uncomfortable in this round.
You know,
doesn't feel confident at any point, but SkandeaR's not that far ahead, so I feel like SkandeaR is at least as wonky.
Yeah, like Artisse, he can outpace SkandeaR right now, so even with this disadvantage of 2 seconds. But
when he does, SkandeaR, I think he must have clipped there. He lost way too much. He lost more than a second. He lost 1.5 seconds there. So letting Artisse back into it, and that's not what SkandeaR wanted to do at all.
Yeah,
I think 2 seconds of a lead, but now it just feels very scary again. And who can get the best entry into this freewheel section? SkandeaR very awkward. Artisse, they will be roughly equal in speed.
Looks quite equal, but it also depends on this next section here. Both players making it. And yeah, SkandeaR just gave another chance to Artisse. And yeah, it looks like Artisse is shooting back to that first place again. Seemingly after...
SkandeaR lost a bit of speed, I think, because he landed way too early there. Like he almost like bounced a bit there.
Wow.
I feel like he lost some speed, but he has a way better line there and has more speed. So taking over the first place again, this is insane. This is so close. SkandeaR goes a bit too wide there, and lets Artisse again back into first place. Both wallbanging.
Wow.
Or did just SkandeaR wallbang? But
I'm not sure.
It's still so close here. Anything can still happen.
SkandeaR shoots back to first place again. And we have seen like, I don't know, 10 position switches at this point already for that first place position. And SkandeaR, he is showing that he can definitely fight, even on a map where he was tilted on before in the first rotation. But
they're just both making mistakes all the time. They're wallbanging in the same checkpoints. But wait, what happened?
SkandeaR also like clipped after, so he loses out on additional time. But yeah,
that's bad. Can Artisse get the checkpoint? Yes, they both get the checkpoint. Artisse really doesn't want to miss that one again, but
yeah, just as you said,
at this point feels a bit of relief, I'd say. He's a bit ahead. SkandeaR feels a bit wonky again there, and he misses it. He goes too early to the right, and maybe that's just a GG for Artisse. Artisse just has to save it in the finish, and
I felt that one. SkandeaR,
his shot caller should say at this point that he is very safe, and Artisse will be very happy with that. That was so lucky.
Such a
after that start.
So much pressure being put onto Artisse right now, as he is definitely the expected one to make it to the grand finals. Is nearly being denied by SkandeaR, but SkandeaR just a little bit too excited in that turn.
Yeah, Artisse bumping a bit there, going off the wooden lock a bit too early, but it doesn't matter. He has 5 seconds, 6 seconds even now to SkandeaR, so he is just gonna save it here. It's just well, not having the most of speed there, but it doesn't matter at all. He needs to make sure he survives the quarter pipe jump at the end, and we know how treacherous that can be. So let's see what he does. He should go. He's going really safe. He should go all the way on the right here, and he does. And he still makes the mistake. What is he doing? He survives it. Artisse.
Oh my god.
What are you doing? Oh man, he is so lucky. He is so lucky, but he does survive it in the end. He clocks in his second place into the grand final, so we have our fourth grand finalist now.
Wow, dude.
That was insane.
Artisse, man. Like you said, he went like a lot to the right to save it as much as possible, and then he just oh well, GG though. He like you said, he makes it to the grand final along with Bolle. So the grand final lineup is known. It is a repeat of the winners bracket final. It's Morpio versus Ferry versus Bolle versus Artisse, which is happening tomorrow at 8 PM for everyone watching. So
Ferry being seated first, by the way, just for completeness.
Exactly.
Ferry at the best. Ferry's going into the matches first, then Morpio, then Bolle, then Artisse. So the bands will be in the opposite direction of that.
Yeah. What a battle.
Tomorrow it's the decision of the possibly last Brawl.
Exactly. And we have a lot of money to play for as well as the trophy tomorrow. I think it was $430 split over the top players. And then
I won't lie, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I checked it earlier today. And I think it's 430 euros, so that's actually maybe even the most we've had in RPG Team 2 ever, maybe?
Very well possible. I know we increased from Brawls every time.
Exactly.
Every Brawl had more prize money, but
we have the trophy as well for first place.
Exactly.
Alright.
So who's gonna take that trophy home? Is Ferry gonna get a second one, or is Morpio getting back the title? Ferry, of course, the reigning champion of the Brawl. He won last edition. Morpio won the first edition, so they are really the favorites.
It's gonna be a battle between Morpio and Ferry, I think. But I would love to see Bolle take it, for example. That would be insane.
I really love to see Bolle take. I mean, I just think looking forward to tomorrow. We saw looking back at the last match in the winner bracket final. We saw Morpio having the match of his life. He was insane.
Yeah.
And still Ferry won the match.
True.
And Ferry didn't really feel confident at the start, but in the end he just turned Ferry mode and destroyed. So if Morpio at his very best is still getting beaten by Ferry, I just I expect Ferry to win tomorrow. I think Ferry is kind of the favorite, but Morpio...
It could also be the factor that Morpio was maybe like losing his mentality a little bit throughout that match, you know?
Maybe, but then in the end, I mean, Ferry did like a 423 on Fortune or something, like one of those times.
True.
Like,
yeah.
Or no, he did a 403 on Layali or something.
Yeah, he did.
Like,
he drove two match records actually. Yeah.
He drove a 403 on Layali, and there's
Pyramid
just no
as
Morpio
well.
that like you can't play against that. There's no one that will play against, and if he does that tomorrow, I don't see anyone else winning than Ferry.
Yeah.
But we also saw him before on Minerva getting the dirt slowdown in every round.
True.
So it depends a bit on the map, of course, and with players like Morpio, Artisse, and Bolle, the pace is not that different from them. So Ferry just has to make... Ferry has clearly the best pace out of anyone in the RPG scene at this moment. Maybe Tourist aside, but Tourist not playing, of course. But if he makes mistakes, everything can still happen, of course.
Exactly. And I met up actually with Ferry yesterday, and I was asking him a bit about the previous match and the grand finals, of course. And he said that he was really feeling so shaky, like especially after driving very close rounds or driving insane times. He has a lot of trouble with, you know, calling himself down, because you have to like drive again right away.
Yeah, I feel that when you get a really clean round, the adrenaline is just like pumping, and
exactly.
It's really hard to stay calm, stay focused.